What is happening, you guys? Garrett Fankhauser with FFLfunnels.com. For those of you who do not know who I am, it's been a little bit since I've been able to make one of these videos, so I am super stoked to be here back chatting with you guys. Today, I want to cover something super important. This is something that I've been seeing consistently across the board, specifically like the last few days. A lot of people have been bringing this up, and this is the topic of margins, right? So talking about margins, we have Black Friday coming up the end of this week, Thanksgiving, all that, Cyber Monday next week. And so a lot of people are talking about margins right now. What should I price my stuff at? Talking about the online space being a race to the bottom, talking about competing with big box stores and things like that. And here's the thing, all of that stuff is true, right? It's all true. Like, there's not a lie there. However, I think that the big thing is that most business owners don't understand the concept of actually building out a full back-end system for their business. And in that back-end system, being actually able to increase the lifetime value of what a customer is worth to them, each customer on average, increasing that. And so that's kind of what I want to just scrape the surface on in this video, without getting too deep, because it's literally just me in my car on the way to the gym. But let's talk about back-end systems, what the hell that means, and why it's important. Now, when we look at other industries, right, other retail, not other industries, but other retail businesses outside of the firearms industry, we see the exact same thing. This is not any different than any other business that has to deal with Amazon on a regular basis, and a lot of these businesses are going out of business. These companies that don't have the right systems to be able to compete with the likes of things like Amazon and all the other online big businesses like that. Now, the problem though is that those same businesses that are going out of business are going out of business for the exact same reason. They do not have a way to compete because they do not have a back-end system built in their business, or if they do, they're not utilizing it properly, so they're not actually making any money with it. Okay, so let's take it to the very basics. Your business has got to fucking make money in order to survive. Yes or no? Yes, right? Now, the problem here is that most people are only focused on the front end of the business. Now, what that means is that most people are only focused on making money on that first sale, and they don't give a shit about the other sales. So a lot of these guys that I see in the groups, they're like, I price at 25%, and I don't care if people don't like it. They can go shop somewhere else, and guess what? They will go shop somewhere else, right? The thing that we can take from some of these other businesses, like Costco, for example. Now, Costco uses an actual loss leader, which I'm not huge on as far as in the firearms industry in general. But what they do is they sell rotisserie chickens for $5, and they've been $5 forever. Now, how that works is it costs Costco more than $5 to make and sell that chicken. That's a loss leader. That means that in order for them to do that, on average, they have to make more money in selling those chickens by the expectation that people are going to go in there to get a chicken, but they're also going to spend $600 on a bunch of other shit. And it does happen, right? Every time I go into Costco, it's at least like $300 to $600. But we can kind of take this concept and apply it not necessarily as a loss leader, but we can apply this to certain things across the board, so that for a lot of the stuff that we sell, we are competitive. We are offering coupon codes and things like that to help encourage people to convert into a customer. But what we want to do is we want to focus on the lifetime value of that customer. This is a term that I think that most people don't know unless they get really deep into e-commerce or they get really deep into retail, and they learn and understand that that customer is worth more than just that first sale if you can get them to come back. So the idea is that the lifetime value of that customer could be $25,000, but the value of that customer today might be a $30 transfer. I think a lot of you kind of understand that, but don't necessarily apply it to the actual business. Okay, so like many of you guys take transfers, but you don't have a system to get those people to come back in. Many of you guys are selling things competitively priced, but don't really have a good system to get people to come back in. Just about every business that I talk to that's an FFL, most of you guys do not have a solid system in place to email people, to text people, to get them to follow you on social media and actually put out good content on social media so they don't just ignore you or unfollow you. And these are the things that if you don't have a specific system in place, the likelihood that they come back on a regular basis is a total gamble. When we talk about risks, many of the dealers that I talk to are afraid of taking risks, which is funny because the biggest risk that they're not taking is not having the right system set up in the business to bring people back to the business on a regular basis. If you're not bringing people back to your business to buy from you more than one time, you are absolutely putting yourself at the greatest risk possible, because you're leaving it that into the hands of the customer and the experience that they had with you that one time, right? Maybe they came in and you guys were super busy that day and one of your guys had called out, so you're back behind the counter, slinging 4473s or whatever, and you're just too busy to give people that 100% ultimate experience that you plan on giving them when they come in, and that causes a problem, and they'll never come back because you have no way to reach out to them again. A lot of dealers are collecting emails and then they don't do anything with them, right? So if people give you their email, they're giving you permission to speak to them about products and services that they might be interested in. Like, that's literally the expectation with somebody handing you their email. They are expecting you to reach out to them. So if you do not, you're actually breaking the promise that you made to them by not giving them what they are expecting from you. So many dealers that I talk to are afraid to send out emails because they're worried about getting unsubscribes and different things like that. And the problem with that is that, that's part of the game. You should expect to get unsubscribes. I encourage unsubscribes. The reason is that if they're going to unsubscribe, they're not going to buy anything anyway, so they shouldn't be on the list. It's a waste of an email. If you're running a system where every few hundred or every few thousand emails or whatever cost you a couple bucks, you don't want to send a bunch of emails to people that aren't trying to buy anything. Now, on the contrary, if people are trying to buy some stuff, you want to send emails. They need to be on the list and they need to get emails, right? And the other thing too is that as you start to develop these systems out, you can really fine tune them to where you're actually sending people content that they're actually interested in, instead of just grabbing random shit from your website and saying, hey, we have this, we have this, we have this. Now, the chances are that you hit somebody with that are very slim, right? Let's say you go to your website and you grab one item, right? Here's this one item that I have for sale right now. And you have 1,000 people on your list to send it to. Now, the bigger the list is, the more likely that you're going to eventually get some sales from that item, because there's going to be a higher likelihood that somebody on that list is looking for what you have, right? What you're promoting. But if not, then you're literally just sending things that people aren't interested in to them. And if you do that enough times, they're going to unsubscribe. So there's two types of unsubscribes. There's people that aren't going to buy shit anyways, or there's people that are annoyed because you're sending them things that are completely irrelevant to what they're actually looking for. So capturing data and using that data is going to also be a very important part here of having a system in place that operates and functions properly, so that people actually get served the content that they want to get served, that has the highest likelihood of getting them to buy something. So to simplify this as much as possible, if you are only trying to make all of your money on that very first sale and you don't have a system in place to get people to come back, you are going to lose. You are going to lose, right? Look at these other businesses out there like Amazon and Costco and Best Buy and Walmart and things like that. They have tons of data point collection and tons of tools and systems in place that work to specifically bring people back into the store, back onto the website, whatever, back into the app, to use that stuff on a regular basis to buy things from those businesses. So if you are not doing that, it's going to be a tough road for you, and it's going to continuously get harder and harder and harder. You guys that are not focused on online right now and that are worried about margins and, you know, a race to the bottom and all of that, the problem is only going to get worse for the people that wait. If you don't wait and you actually get your system in place now and you start building that contact list and you start building those customers up and you start really figuring out all of the systems and the front end and the back end and all of the stuff that makes all this stuff work properly, the sooner you start doing that, the sooner that you're actually going to be able to get the results that you're after and be able to take advantage of this. And then the other thing that I didn't mention, but I kind of alluded to it right now, is your skill set is going to go through the roof, and you are going to be so far ahead of everybody else who doesn't know shit about marketing or sales or anything like that, specifically in the e-commerce realm, that you're going to figure it out and it's going to work really well for you. So don't try to focus all of your energy on the main sale. Try to get people to come back on a regular basis, get that lifetime value, make it work. Trust me, like if you follow any successful business out there that is a long-term successful business and just not like an overnight blown up on TikTok and then they fail, this is the type of stuff they are doing. They have a back end on their business, and that is where the majority of the money comes from. I gotta go, guys. I am at the gym. I hope this is helpful. Reach out to me if you have questions or need help or anything like that, as far as setting up a back-end system, as far as setting up a front-end system, as far as setting up any systems, as far as getting some things in place that can help you make more money. That's literally what we do for FFL dealers. We help you guys make more money. We help you guys put in systems. We help coach you guys through the processes and everything like that. So I'll catch you guys soon. Bye.